Alright, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Warframe. So I'm gonna try Ineros out of sheer... It's probably terrible ideas, but honestly, whatever. Okay, so I want to try high-risk investments, but I think that's scary. I can try medium risk. Let's try low risk for the time being. So, I want to play Ineros for this. I want to start using Ineros a little bit more, and maybe Nidus, just because they're an interesting pair of frames, and I got some stuff I want to do. And I'd like to start doing the index in preparation for Plains of Eidolon, which apparently is going to be out within the next like 8 to 10 days, give or take. They said 10 days on the They said 10 days on the I guess roadmap that they put out, which is kind of a bit of a surprise to me, but that's okay. Oh, Ineros might have been the worst possible choice for this one, actually, because your HP is reduced by a small percentage with each. Like a small percentage with each points you get, which, like, with my Gerudo, I am... God damn, impossible for me to hit here. Okay, and that's mine. These are all mine. Yeah, I might be in extreme trouble here. I mean, I've still got tons of HP, but I'm gonna have to go. I will say, the idea that I've got here works. I really like my Gerudos, but I cannot use Ineros if I want to succeed at this one. Because if I go Ineros, every time I pick up a point, it reduces my HP by a significant portion, and that's a problem that I don't want to deal with. I'll go back to using Rhino, I guess. Rhino is the true master of the index, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure he's got his downsides, but Ineros has got way too many. Oh, that's not one of mine. I really wish there were more distinct color variations. Like, if it actually tinted every frame to be like the red or blue. Because I think that would actually work really well. Well, I just shotgunned him off the universe. Where'd the other ones go? Over here somewhere. There we are. Yeah, nice part is, with the Gerudos, I more or less heal like a crazy person. Okay, so we have a, Maybe I shouldn't do my slide attack here, ever. I love the Gerudos. They're a little bit chaotic. It's funny, though. Okay, get back here. Yeah, one of the reasons why I like the Gerudo is, more or less, if I get my butt... Like, if I get attached to an enemy, they can't escape me. I just beat the shit out of them, and they die, and that's it. I should probably go bank this, now that I'm thinking about it. Before I do anything risky. Luckily, I don't take too much damage here, and it looks like the health reduction ain't bad. Okay. I got this. I'm fine. I love the Gerudo. It's my favorite, I think it's my favorite melee weapon by a significant margin, just because of its sheer utility as a as one of the only melee weapons to come with like a built-in healing function. So I don't need stuff like life strike, which I'm not a really big fan of life strike to begin with. What the? Ow. I'm not a big fan of life strike to begin with. It's extra complication for something I don't need. I didn't realize I was on the wrong side to bank this in. This is why Nidus might be a smarter idea. Why am I pre-wounded? I don't know. Not like it really matters. Get back here. I wish to punch you in the everythings. Yeah, pretty much as long as I'm wailing on a guy, with the sheer amount of damage and attack speed that I'm rolling, I more or less can't die as Inaros. It's awesome. Now, the only real qualifier is I have to keep attacking. If I stop attacking at any point, all that healing goes away, and presumably whatever damage I'm tanking gets me. That's not... What am I? I can never tell who anything is. Is that turret really just there all the time? I don't know. I'm confused. I don't really do the index that often. I've started doing it more often, but I think it's one of those where I kind of just try and stay away from it because they only have a couple of index maps. It'd almost be cool if they had like a wider variety of index maps and challenges to like really get out of here. Shouldn't do that, but still. Final score. Hey. I guess we're not going to use Inaros at all for this. Okay. Was I? Oh yeah, there was the chicken guy who I think was the... He was the... Not the Loki. The Limbo. There we go. Okay, well one way or another I'm not gonna roll Inaros. I'd like to do Nidus, but his HP is too low. Chances of him getting one shot are way too high. I could try Chroma, but I don't have a good Chroma build at this point. I mean, let's just go with Old Faithful. Where is he? There he is. Old Faithful. I'm probably gonna pumpkin frame my Rhino, honestly. Okay. Oh, it's Babayetto. Cool. Let's see. So we do have maybe a couple of alerts. Oh, ooh, nighttime. Guess I should have put on something that wasn't maxed out just to get that small amount of affinity. Yeah, I still don't have Wukong, and I should probably get Wukong at some point. Unfortunately, I think it requires, what, like 15 nighttime extract? Which is not something that I'm going to be getting anytime soon. I keep spending it in small quantities on everything else. I'll just use the Euphona. I like the Euphona. It's fun. It's an enjoyable weapon. I don't use it enough. I'm just kind of just sprinting past these guys, but I guess that's fair. Okay, and so is someone is down. I got plenty of Rhino skin. It'd be nice if there's a better visual indicator for the duration on Rhino skin, just because. But I don't really know how I'd want to do that. Okay, nobody else is dead, yeah? Yeah, good. I guess we do have the Ayaton star, but I'm lazy. I don't know. I think they're supposed to give you like endo, or you can use them to we got it? Yeah, there we go. You can use them for endo, or you can just use them as decoration. But I don't know, I've just never been particularly... I like decorating my my ship, but I don't really see the overwhelming need. Is there no way in from here? I've never really explored. So there is. It's just very hard to get up here. Okay, well. Guess I got this one. Ultra lazy way. I don't actually know if I was doing that. Ew. Oh, this is easy. Let's see, I've got enough for Rhino Stomp. Not to be really... Oh. Huh. A little bit more expensive. Effective than I thought it was going to be. I almost never use Rhino Stomp for anything other than just... Well, I almost never use it because I've got the duration really low. I've more or less built my Rhino entirely around the concept of using Rhino skin and nothing more. Okay, is that everybody? Except for the one person who's just actually not here. I don't know where they are. They might not even be doing the mission. I wonder if you get a reward if you're just idling in the center. Oh, lockdown. Fabulous. Yeah, they are moving. The other guy got tossed out the elevator. Whoopsie. Did you just not succeed? People can do that? I mean, technically, I'm lazy and just use ciphers all the time. Is that a... Yeah, that is an Ignis. I was curious if there was like some kind of toxic flamethrower, but I think that's just the Ignis. Just, you know, yeah, that's the Ignis. Just using some kind of gross-looking green flame. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, well, we're almost done. Then we can get on to probably back to the index. I don't know. It's like I don't really want to do the index, but I know it'd be really worth it for me to just make a boatload of money over the course of all of this. Because if I could be stupid rich and like max out all of my primed mods and my regular mods, they go up to 10, then we pretty much don't have anything else to spend money on, and I can just go back to accumulating it for whenever I need big purchases, as opposed to constantly being slightly behind. And that would also unlock my ability to use, say, I mean, anyone, kinda. It's pricey though. There's a lot of stuff to upgrade. Like, I'm gonna need multiple millions for this. I can already kind of guarantee that. Now, it's tempting to buy. Okay, they're already gone. It's tempting to actually. Let's see. It'd be nice if I could see if there are other people doing the index right now. It says open squad 0. Yeah, my worry is I go into the high risk and I just get crushed. Because I don't really want that. Trying to decide what else I can or want to do. Should go back to making field drawn. But that'd probably be a waste of money right now. Alright, I bought Octavia because I didn't want to farm her because she was kind of a nightmare. Still haven't made the Orpheus. I should do that at some point. Or the Spirit Prime. I've been kind of bad at filling some of these things out. Yeah, we've also got the Valkyr Prime to build. I've been kind of lazy. Now, some people were suggesting that I do raids for money. You're not wrong about that. Raids would be cool. My main problem with doing raids at all is I don't have the time for it. I stream generally during peak hours for people that play with me, which makes it harder. So how much is a 3-day credit booster? It's 40 platinum. The problem is I don't have much time to dedicate to this. So I think, you know what, for today, let's say screw it to the index for at least a little while longer. I could always max one of my mods. I probably still have enough money. Let's grab my Ash. Or not my Ash, my Atlas. Actually, I pretty much have every gun maxed out, except for the Spectra. Let's go with the Tomos. It's like poor man's flamethrower. See, I've got the Heat Sword, the Dual Scan. I've got a lot of things I need to level. I, again, would love some kind of like just lifetime booster for credits and affinity. That would be, oh, that would be so nice. And then I just never have to think about it again. Okay. Let's see. So I should probably mention Sabotage Grineer, Survival Infestation. Could do it. Could try it. Let's give it a go. It's a solar rail mission anyway. And I'll just go until we can escape, and then we'll keep going. I should probably mention, so this is episode 99, I believe. I think we're super close to that I guess Not so far off goal of 100 episodes of Warframe, which is kind of nuts actually. I want to make sure, well, to make sure. Because I'm fairly certain it's a 100 episode. This is the 99th episode. I'd say I've been paying attention, but I haven't. I've been kind of lazy. Okay. Why is this useless? I don't know. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this is 99. Means, next episode, tomorrow's episode, is going to be a special. I don't normally do, special episodes for much. I'm kind of bad at it, but with Warframe I kind of feel like I should. And generally whenever one of my series hits 100 episodes, I feel like I should do it. I need to do some more specials whenever I hit, you know, milestones on YouTube and stuff, because I think not doing that is maybe a bit of a disservice to people. I don't know. I feel like I need to say thank you more often. I'm surprised at the amount of people that have shown up, but then again, it is a solar rail mission, so I guess it's not that surprising. But so for tomorrow's Warframe episode, I was going to do fashion framing. Seeing as people had complimented me on it, and I wanted to see what. Okay.
Sure.
Did we get a?
Yeah, I'll have to find some working.
Okay. I didn't realize I could hear them. I don't want to hear them. I feel bad about that, but if I'm going to communicate with people, we'll probably be on my Discord. Random people on the internet never have good microphones, which is a problem, especially if you're trying to make you know, gameplay footage for YouTube. I've heard some pretty bad mics over the years. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do fashion framing tomorrow. I don't think I really have any major skins to get to like really do it, but I kind of want to optimize how all of my frames look and make them look real nice. Atlas here is almost chief among them, and we'll just go through every single frame that I own and try and make them look not bad. I'd almost prefer it if I had one of every frame, so we could actually do like fashion frame guides for everyone. I'm actually super tempted to do specifically a Halloween themed one, but I'm kind of iffy on that. I think I might do that closer to Halloween itself in a couple of days, and just do kind of a couple different like visual. I almost didn't recognize the boiler there. I was like, that's a weird thing I've never seen before. But I'll do Halloween themed stuff. Maybe I'll prototype the first of the Halloween color schemes. I mean, it should be pretty easy to do this, but I figured it would be kind of a fun side thing to do that's kind of off spec for Warframe. Because like normally I'm just running around farming, shooting stuff, kind of doing whatever. It would be wonderful if I actually just waited, because we've got Plains of Eidolon, like I said, coming out in a couple of days, and just have Plains of Eidolon be the 100 episode special. But I think I'll pass on that. I think that would be, I don't want to wait. I don't want to put this series on a hiatus just so I can time things well. I'd rather just keep having fun, and doing whatever. I'm also, let's see. I don't know. I'm also like I'm not going to say like a really vain person, but I really enjoy messing around with like visuals and stuff, like skins, dyes, cosmetic equipment. I'm not much of a fashionista in life. I'm sitting here in a Hollow Knight shirt and some cargo shorts. That's it. Nothing more. I don't really pay very close attention to my appearance, but it's kind of one of those where like the moment I'm playing a video game, I know I gotta look good. I don't know why. It's just the way things are. I guess especially with like Warframe, where it's kind of like, this is mostly just a zen game for me. I don't really have a whole lot of options. Not options. Objectives. You know, earlier we were doing the index for a bit. And I was kind of like, meh to it. Because when it comes down to it, I don't really care about the index. It's not a... it's not a huge goal of mine to really max out my mods. At this point, I can do every bit of content freely without a single worry, pretty much. And so the idea of like doing the index just so I can eke that last little bit of min-maxing out, I'm not against it, but it's also one of those where it's like, I also don't care. Because I could just as easily be the way I am forever and just kind of accept it. Just be slightly as subpar and keep playing the game instead of like grinding for something terribly boring. I don't know if these guys are going to head for the exit. Oh, looks like we're here for a little while. Well, that's fine. I mean, what level's my Atlas at? Payouts for here, they're okay. Should probably actually, you know, focus on what I'm doing. Oh, they might be here for Orc cells. Well, if I see somebody is waiting for me at the exit, I'll head for it. Because I'm not really here for grinding. I'm here kind of with grinding as a side objective that I'm mostly interested in just maxing out my map and not having to think about it again. I was tempted to go back to the Kuva Fortress, but I think the Kuva Fortress would be a nuisance more than anything else. Someday. But, so, I think with tomorrow's episode, just so people are aware, I'm going to be making 2 skins for most of my frames. The best dye job and cosmetics I can come up with, and the worst. I don't know if I ever actually put out the episode, which is a bit of a darn shame. But a long time ago, my friends and I were playing this, and we were kind of bored, and I suggested we do fashion framing. And what resulted was horror. Just pure, unadulterated, like, terrible, terrible things. And that's how the Warframe happened. I haven't actually really showed it off recently, but you can get an emblem that is just Vor's face, and you can just stick it on you, and it looks atrocious. And then there's Frost Prime has kind of like a little necktie, which is really funny looking. But you can put Vor's face on it in such a way that Vor has a nose, which amuses me to no end, honestly. And so I want to see if I can do some more stuff like that. Animation sets are another fun way to mess around. But I guess I should really save this commentary for tomorrow. Instead, I say focus on what I'm doing, but really I'm just running around with Atomos. Originally I was not a big fan of Atomos. Somebody had suggested it to me as like a kind of just point spray and pray type gun. Which, I mean, I don't really need spray and pray, but it is kind of satisfying just being able to point myself in a direction and then watch everything die. That's why I've been using the Ignis a lot lately. They're not at all the most, I don't even know how you want to call it, powerful guns, but they really help for, like, infestation, survival, so on and so forth. And that's actually extremely valuable to me, because I'm a lazy person, and, you know, aiming is hard. I'll aim if I have to, but if I'm fighting off just, like, loads of enemies, nah, screw aiming. I would rather just, run, gun, and watch things explode for me. At some point I should also, like, figure out some kind of newbie guide to Warframe. But even that, I don't know, I'm not much of a guide person. The problem is, with the way I handled my channel, I think I talked about this actually, but the way I handled my channel, it's very much a, kind of, make it, people watch it, and then everybody moves on kind of collectively. There's not a whole lot of, ways people, I'm not going to say people can't go back and find the stuff that I make. But, yeesh. I wonder if I've got motion blur on, and that's kind of messing with me. But, you know, stuff like guides and how-tos and stuff like that. It just doesn't really, jive with how I handle things, because almost always it gets forgotten. buried under the daily episodes of me running around and playing this game. And so the idea of like me trying to put out like Warframe guides of any variety is almost impossible. It's mildly tempting to make a side channel someday and kind of run that sort of thing, but ultimately I just don't have time for it. I'd rather just have fun and kind of commentate on like what's going on and, you know, my general thoughts at the time being. Usually like, hey, this gun's pretty good, or I don't understand this thing. Help. Wonder if these guys are done at this point. They're probably done. I'm curious how long they want to run for. I mean, not that it bothers me too much. I do need to get my Atlas up. I'm not a really big fan of Atlas. I'm sure he's pretty good, but there's a lot of other frames that I like more, and he's so hard to like get to look right. This like weird tabard thing that comes off of his front is just so strange, and I don't really know what to do with it. Hopefully we get some cool Tenno gen for him at some point. Unfortunately, he's been largely ignored, probably because he's not one of the, like, I'm not going to say the meta frames, because honestly Warframe does an amazing job of making everybody viable at once. Like even Oberon for a while was iffy, but you know, worth using in some circumstances, or at least he wouldn't hold you back unless you were doing something kind of bleeding edge, which I always found to be actually quite holy crap, that guy is a kaleidoscope of horror. There's a lot of pinks and greens in there. Don't lick him. But yeah, Warframe does a pretty good job of making every frame not suck, which is something that I've been very pleased with. The guns are a little bit more hit and miss. You know, I still wish Boar had a little bit more punch in comparison to its ammo. Same thing with the comb. I really like the KOHM. I really like the KOHM. The idea of a chain gun shotgun is amazing to me. Maybe I just haven't given it enough time to like really get used to it. You know, actually, now that they made the changes to carrier, it might actually be kind of viable. Originally, I had to give up on the comb just because its ammo capacity issues were crippling. You'd run through like half of a survival mission, you'd be out of ammo, and you'd have to switch to something else. Now with the way that the carrier works, that's not actually a problem, so it might not be so bad now. Dunno. If they ever come up with, is it a comb wraith? A comb wraith would be absurd. I would use that in a heartbeat, at least for a little while. Unless it, well, it kind of depends on how the wraith works. If it's like the Twin Vipers wraith, maybe not. Those were problematic. If you've never seen or used them. They were handed out, I think, as an anniversary present. I kind of wish I had saved them out of sheer novelty. But the Twin Viper Wraiths attack even faster than... I think literally they're the fastest shooting guns in the game. I could be wrong. At least as far as like maybe normal style guns. I think the Atomos could fire faster, but it's just a stream, so... but... they would empty their clips in like half a second or something like that, and that's like 60 bullets. You could run out of ammo real fast with them. Luckily, like, they weren't really meant to be relied on. But they also weren't really meant to be used for anything. Which is a bit of a shame. And so like a comb wraith in that style, I think would be a serious concern. I think it would just end in... I'm not gonna say sadness, but it would, it'd be a mess. These guys about done? Because I could be done. We're probably gonna go for the full 20 minutes. Well, that's okay. And this episode can run a little long. I still feel a little bit, weird, spending all of my time just grinding for levels and, like, testing out different things. Oh, Orkinzel. I guess part of it is, like, my main goal here, as always, is simply to try everything. I really would actually... I would love it if I had, like, some means of maxing every gun out to its fullest potential. Maybe that's something that I'll work on someday, especially if Warframe keeps growing and whatever, is actually get the slots to own every weapon in existence. That would be a bit nuts. With every frame, like, that seems kind of reasonable, because they all are kind of distinct. But there's definitely a number of guns that I just probably will never really use, i.e. the Twin Vipers. Though, honestly, they're a little bit more novelty than, say, any of the SKs? No, MG1s. Yeah, any of the MG, MK? MK. Not MG, sorry, brain. The MK stuff is kind of garbage. Especially because there's like a full version. Maybe it'd be one of those that I'd have one of every weapon at like whatever its peaked version is. So like I think I have the Prisma Cleavers, which are pretty cool. What is going on? Oh no. Did my internet poop again? Nope. I guess that guy was just invincible and the other dude's just standing there. I don't get it. Either that or is something I wasn't understanding. My internet's been a little iffy lately, so I'm a little concerned about getting the boot. Be neat if it actually would do one of those where it like boots you to an offline session. But oh well. I don't know, I remember in the days of yore when internet was worse, it would games would frequently boot you out to like a solo offline session, and you could finish the mission or lose or leave or something. And I always thought that was actually like a really solid way of handling things. Whereas like, you know, in this age of online only, it's very much like, oh, you've lost connection, goodbye. But I guess it's supposed to prevent you from cheating, because if you could go offline for a bit and then come back like a couple hours later, like 100,000 credits later, that sort of thing would probably be kind of hard to police comparatively. And with like a free-to-play game like this, you really need to prevent people from cheating in any way possible. Though, I still maintain I wish there was some way of getting like a lifetime credit or affinity booster. You know, 20 bucks. 30 bucks for a combo on both. Just never think about it again. I guess there's like the 90-day boosters, but I don't even care about the resource drop rate boosters. So I guess, I mean, that would be kind of an interesting way of doing it. Like 60 bucks and you just get lifetime boosters for every resource from the game. Credits, affinity, resource, not drop rate, but like rarity or whatever. And you can just never have to worry about farming as much. Would be nice. Oh well. Let's see, anything else here? Nope, nothing else here. I'll just kind of keep zapping through this group. Let's see, nothing else here? Nah. I'm mostly just kind of running around being like, are we done yet? Can we go home now? I think most people generally leave at the 20-minute mark. If they don't, I'm going to probably just go plant myself at the exit and just hope they get my message. Because I'm fairly certain my Atlas is pretty close to 30. I guess I should make sure of that before I decide to dig my heels in. No, I guess I could go to 25 waves if they feel like it. Because yeah, if I can finish off, I finished off Mesa before this episode because it's not that I was getting tired of her, but you know, I want to keep switching frames here, so I seem like I'm not just using the same stuff over and over and over again. And that's my goal. I do like Atlas. He is very durable. Okay, so where's this oh. I was like, okay, let's go find the person and see if we can save him. And turns out I'm standing next to the corpse. Did I get it? I got it. Okay. Turns out not attacking for a little while is bad. Oh, is this the guy that goes AFK occasionally? Yeah, he's probably in a like typing with people or something. That's why he wasn't moving earlier. At least that's the assumption. Yep. Tentaball. I really like Nidus's moveset. I think... Wow. That's a... Isn't it Pareidolia where you see, like, faces and things where you're not supposed to? Eye, mouth, goop. Dude has one gnarly-ass cold. Yeah, I think it's Pareidolia. That's such a weird, like, human thing to have to deal with. Seeing faces where they aren't. Yeah, I dig Atlas. He's cool. He's, I don't really mess with any of his moves. I guess we've got the like, rumblers. But that's about it. I guess they last for like half a minute. They're not terrible. They're not terribly expensive. Let's see. I almost kind of wish Atlas could do like, because we've got the punch move, which isn't that interesting, and there's the petrification move. I think that's the petrification move. I almost kind of wish he could do like long line things, like he works like Earthshaker from Dota. You know, long lines of rock and whatever. Because, I mean, we've got the wall. But the wall's kind of boring. Also, I feel bad for putting the wall there. I'm going to move it over here. Oh, you can send the wall out as a nuke. Okay. Like it a little bit better, but I almost kind of wish Atlas's number 3 would just do like an impale spike or something like that. The rumblers ain't bad, but it would just be cool if you had like a bunch of more direct nukes. His rock punch is amusing, but at the same time I think I'd rather just punch things. I'm sure there's reasons why you want to do the rock punch. It's just for me. Don't care. Yeah, I guess these guys are just going as long as they possibly can. I'm not complaining too much, because if I can max out my Atlas and my Dex Dakra... Okay, Atlas is maxed at this point. Don't think Cyanoid Simular. Yeah, I don't think my Cyanoid Simular is there yet. But I think we also kind of just need... I think we also just need Mirage for that. I gotta sit down and farm for Mirage. It's not even that hard. I just gotta finish the questline, and I've been putting it off because I wanted to... We'll hit the 100 episode special, and then I'll go back to specifically finishing off all of the associated frames that I haven't finished yet. I'm really surprised my Atomos is actually working as well as it is here. Like, this thing is doing some serious work. Didn't this remix play yesterday? I think it did. Unfortunately, OC Remix is a bit limited on its, it's a little bit limited on the pool of songs that it really pulls from. Or something. I'm not really sure. I mean, there's tons of OC remixes, though I think the industry for OC remix industry, the activity for it has slowed down over the years. I think enough people are just getting into making their own music that remixing has kind of fallen off just a little bit. Okay, yeah, now we're starting to run into some issues killing things. Okay, at the 25-minute mark, I'm parking myself at the, I'm parking myself at the thing one way or another, because I did not sign up for, like, half an hour of Orican cell farming. Especially because I think I've got, like, 40 of them or something. I've got tons of Orican cells. Back when Draco wasn't, was, you know, the place to be. I really miss Draco. I thought Draco was amazing. I'm always a bit sad they nerfed it. I'd rather they actually, I'd rather they just kind of keep their farm spots, but, like, fine-tune them so they're not, like, over-ridiculous. Like, give people options instead of making one the best. I mean, I guess there's always a decent farm somewhere or other. Well, I guess technically just playing the game. I don't know, I really like missions where it's just like, by the way, here's like half a billion enemies coming at you in like large waves. Good luck, have fun. And I'm like, sweet. I don't know, it's just always really satisfying to do that sort of thing. The Draco had its fair share of idiots. Like, survival is kind of hard to mess up. But, survival is pretty hard for people to mess up, but I know with, what the, oh, it's an Inneros. Let's see. But, like, I know specifically for Draco, I played with tons of people that, like, they just couldn't. They just couldn't figure out how to defend points. You know, Frost that would only bubble one zone. People that would idle or, you know, bring, like, a completely unranked frame in. That was, ugh. It was never fun. Having to deal with somebody that, like, had an unranked, unmodded frame. Oh, my favorite. The one person that doesn't want to leave. Eh, whatever. I just kind of wish you could head for the exit and leave on your own. Like, I'm still a little bit surprised that's not actually a thing. Ooh. I killed a lot of people. Then again, the Atmos is actually like a fairly solid gun. Honestly. Oh, that guy got 10 Orkin cells. Oh, he probably had a booster on, though. Or maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't really care. Okay, so we've got the, we've got Atlas done. We never have to think about him again. Honestly, I'm probably just not going to bother too much with Atlas, period. I might just wait for Atlas Prime to come out before I really, like, mess with him too much. But yeah, we still gotta rank up our Ash. Which sucks, because I've already got an Ash Prime. So, like, the idea of getting an Ash up is boring. And then we also have a regular Loki. And then that'll actually be it for all of the frames that I own, I believe. Yeah, I own a lot of frames. I really want to get the, Loki skin. The problem is I don't use Loki ever. But, like, the Incubus skin just looks so sweet. Especially with the right, dyes attached. Oh. Weird, I saw, like, a collection. Huh. Can you just get the Knave helmet on? No, you have to have the whole skin. I saw, like, a Loki, what looked to be a Loki Knave skin with the, or, like, the helmet attached to just a regular, Loki body, and it actually looked fairly good. Guess I was wrong. Well, one way or another. Guess I'll see you guys in the next episode of, Warframe, which will be me making everything look nice and cool. And why am I playing as my Loki? I don't really like Loki that much. Anyway, see you guys.